What's up guys, today I'm doing the full tier list for attackers in Rainbow Six Siege. And yeah, I did one for defenders, so if you haven't seen that one and you are interested, go check it out. But yeah, let's start the video. First up we got Sledge. I mean, I love his gun. He has a 1.5 scope, which is my favorite scope. His gadget is godlike if you play the sight vertically. Well, I mean, if you can play it vertically. That's not the case always, but yeah, let's... He's definitely a AOS, I'm not sure. Thatcher. S tier. Like, there's never a situation where Thatcher would be a bad pick. But it's a shame that he is always banned. So, yeah. He has the same gun as Sledge and the AR. But, his EMP nades are just fucking broken. Yeah. Ash. I'd say Ash is C nowadays. She has been through a lot, but before she had like ACOG, her gun was much better. And there wasn't Yana or any alternative choices for her. There wasn't Sophia, so right now I'd say she is like C to B. Let me think. Yes, she's C. Next up, Termite. His gun is very strong, although it has pretty low fire rate. It does a lot of damage. His gadget, of course, it's not as good as it used to be, because like a few years back there wasn't Ace or Hibana. And yeah, so I'd say Ace is better because of his AK and the fact that he has three of his charges when Termite has 2. Yeah. Let's put him in B. Next up, Montaigne. Montaigne is E. It's pretty easy to counter. You can't get a lot of value for your team with it, although you need to plant. You have good team coordination, you have smokes, you have candelas. Then Montaigne can be a very good choice, but I'd say without that team coordination he is pretty useless. Twitch. Twitch is a really strong operator, has always been. Her FAMAS is very strong weapon. Her gadget, it's always useful. Like Thatcher, I'd say Twitch is never a bad choice. So she's so good in removing utility, so I'd say she is S tier. Next up we got Fuse. Fuse has been kinda meta for a few seasons now. He has the same LMG as Finka, which is way too OP. But I'd say his gadget it's too easy to counter to Fuse to be like a guard tier operator. You can just run away. He has the hard pre-charge for his secondary gadgets, but I'd say he's C. He's not awful, but he's not like godlike anyway. Okay, Glass. Glass has a lot of potential if it's used correctly, for example with sense, because nowadays he has nades, so sense can set up his walls, and glass can play behind them and throw nades, so he doesn't even need to take smokes. But I'd say alone, glass is pretty mid. I'd say it's C. I used to be a glass main myself on PlayStation, like back in 2017 or something like that. 2016. No, it wasn't 2016. It was 2017, yeah. Next up we have Blitz. Awful. Absolutely garbage. We don't need to talk about him. IQ. I'd say nowadays IQ it's D, because I mean, yeah, she's good in removing utility and she has a good choice of weapons, but after the update where Valk couldn't throw her cams outside anymore, that was a big hit for IQ. So I mean, that was one of her biggest roles in team, to take out the Valk cams outside, but now it's not the case anymore. So, and I don't see her played that much anymore, so I'd say she's D. Next up we got Buck. The fact that Buck lost his nades makes him okay. He's like Sledge, but he doesn't have nades, but he can destroy the ceiling faster. But I'd say the fact that he does not have the nades it was a big nerf, so he's B. B or C. Let's put him in B. Next up we got Blackbeard. No. He has the worst gun in the game, at least in my opinion. His gadget is just... it should not be in this game. Overall, a shitty operator. Capitao. This one doesn't get talked about that often. He has an LMG, and LMGs are very strong right now on Operation Vector Clear. That's not the case next season anymore though, but right now, okay, he has an LMG as his primary. He has smokes, and he has fire that he can shoot through any hole, even if it's a bullet hole. So, but he's not an easy operator to use, so you kind of have to have some kind of team coordination and game sense to be good at him. But I'd say he's B. Okay, next up we have Hibana. I personally love Hibana for her gun, the Type 89. She has the bearing 9 also as her secondary, so her kit is very strong. And the fact that she can destroy hatches nowadays with like 4 pellets, she doesn't have to use all of her pellets to one hatch, makes her A. Yeah. She is excellent in taking the hatches. Okay, how many have we done? 7, 9, 11, 12, 14. Okay, we have gone through 14 operators. Next up we have Chuckle. Chuckle's ban rate is one of the highest, has always been since the pick and ban system came out. If you wanna know when it came out, watch my recent video, The History of Rainbow Six Siege. But I'd say, well, Jackal's kit, he has a powerful AR and the PVD. Wait, is it PDV? Oh yeah, I don't remember its name, but the LMG, SMG. Yeah. The fact that it has no recoil makes it very strong, and the Jackal's gadget, you can see people through walls by just scanning their footsteps. I'd say that's kinda broken, so. But the fact that he gets banned like every game. And of course you can counter the footsteps with a mute jammer. I'd say he's B. Or A. He's A. Good for solo queuing. Like perfect for solo queuing. Next up we have Ying. Her gun is pretty weak in my opinion, the LMG. Her gadget is good if it's used correctly with a team coordination, and that is not always the case. Ying, if it's played not correctly, it can be very harmful for the team because she can just flash the whole team with her candles. So I'd say she is B. Or is it? No, she's C. Next up we have Sophia. One of the best operators for solo queuing. The fact that she has an LMG with 150 bullets in one mag, you can just you can shoot for like 10 seconds without stopping. She has stuns, she has breaches. So she's like Ash on steroids, I'd say. Good operator for solo queuing. Let's put her in A. Oh, is she S? No, she is A. Dokai B. This Korean eagle. Next up, I like the SMG-12 as her secondary. Her primary DMR is pretty powerful also, but the fact that she doesn't have a full automatic weapon makes her a bit worse, and the fact that she doesn't have nades anymore. I'd say she is solid C. Or B. No. C. Lion. His gun is awful, in my opinion. His gadget can be countered so easily. Of course, it's useful in some situations, but those situations are pretty rare, and you also need to have a highly coordinated team to use him, so I'd say he's E. But is he? Yes, he is E. Okay, Finka. S tier, definitely. At least this season. Her LMG is OP. The fact that she can heal herself and her teammates wherever they are, revive them over and over again. Just way too OP. But she will get nerfed next season. Also her ban rate is pretty high, but well, no shit, she's OP. Maverick has the M4 and 1911, so decent kit. His gadget is well, it depends on the enemy team comp, but in some cases he is necessary. So I'd say he is strong A. I'll try to do this tier list like faster than last time, because the last video was like 40 minutes or something. So if this will be like 25 minutes, it will be very nice. Okay, next up we have Nomad. She has the ARX as her primary. Which is, I'd say, one of my favorite guns on attack. Her gadget is a great flank watch and always useful. So, I don't know, like nothing much to say about her. She's a solid operator. Let's put her in A. But is she as good as Sophia and Maverick though? No, she ain't. Okay, Gridlock. She also has LMG. LMGs are OP this season, so that makes her kit OP. Her gadget is also a great flank watch. She's pretty slow, but so what? Yeah. I'd say she is alternative choice for Nomad, so she goes to B. Okay, next up we have Nuck. I've seen some pretty good Nuck plays. She has nades. She has the silent step. She's the only attacker who has it. So I'd say she's pretty strong, at least in lower elo, where people don't really have good roamers and cams, etc. But I'd say her gun is the FMG 9. It's pretty bad, so I'd say she's B. Yeah. Next up, Amaru. Doesn't bring any utility to the team. Usually just breaches into a window and dies, and that's it. So say she's E. Nothing much to say about her. Kali. Well, easier to use than Maverick, but the fact that she has a sniper makes her pretty hard to play, like gunfight wise. Her gadget is good though, so I mean, she's C. Nothing much to say about her. Like, why wouldn't you just play Maverick? Well, usually you need Maverick if you want to play her also. If the enemy team has Kate, who knows how to play this game, but yeah. Next up, Yana. I'd say my favorite solo queue operator. She has the ARX as her primary, same as Nomad. She has nades, she has the gun 6, so her kit is, in my opinion, perfect. And her gadgets, the hologram, you can basically drone any area you want with whenever you want. So she's A, or is she S? The fact that she doesn't bring that much utility to the team, but like, that's not her job though. I'd say she's great entry fragger. If you play solo queue, just buy her and abuse her. Yeah. At least a couple of seasons ago her win rate was like highest of the game. at least on attack, so yeah, I think that tells something. Next up, Ace, the best breacher, has the AK-12, which is probably the best gun in attack, if the LMGs are not counted in. The fact that he can breach many walls, multiple walls at the same time, makes him definitely S tier. Great kit, great gadget, great operator. How many do we have left? 1, 2, 3, 4. We only have 4 operators left. Oh, seems like it. Okay. Next up we have Zero. I like his guns. I'd say they're pretty good. His gadget, if used correctly, is pretty OP. You have a cam on attack that you can place anywhere you want. So if you know what you are doing, you can bring great utility for yourself and for your team. So I'd say he's A. Very underrated. Next up we have Flores. Has been for a couple of seasons very strong operator for his gadget. The drone can destroy so much utility. It can be so deadly for the enemy team utility wise. I mean, yeah, it can be countered by shooting the drone or mute or mozzie or impacts, but usually that's not the case. And the fact that you can destroy multiple utilities at once with a drone, I'd say that's really nice. Okay, Osa, yes. She has her movable shields. She's like Montaigne on steroids. Montaigne plus Clash on steroids, so she also has the PDW, the SMG LMG that Jekyll has. But I'd say her gadget is better than Jekyll's gadget. But is she A or S? She's A, but that means no, I'd say her gadget is pretty much as good as Jekyll's gadget, so let's put her in A. So for the last operator, Sense, the newest one. I don't like his gun. I hate his kit. His gadget is... It's like... My guy, why don't you use just smokes instead of his walls? And... yeah, it's the only good situation for him is if there's a class on the team who plays with frag grenades. So yeah. Let's put him in the... Yeah, is this the tier list? Wait, let me check. Yes, it is. Okay, do we have to change anything? Let's see. Yeah, I'd say this is pretty much what I think of the operators, but if you watched this far, you might just leave a like and a sub and maybe give some feedback, but yeah, I'll see you next time.